Hello, this is Mr. Brooks, and welcome to Lesson 7.5, Proportions in Triangles. In this lesson, we're going to learn to use the side splitter theorem and the triangle angle bisector theorem. First, let's look at the side splitter theorem. It says, if a line is parallel to one side of a triangle and intersects the other two sides, then it divides those sides proportionally. So, if we look at triangle ABC, the white triangle, and then we have segment DE. And if DE is parallel to AB, then what they're saying is DC over AD has got to equal CE over BE. So if we look at example 1 to better understand this, hopefully, you're going to say x over 16 is going to equal 5 over 10, or you could say x over 5 is going to equal 16 over 10. Either way you do it, and your cross products are going to equal 10x is going to equal 80. And divide both sides by 10, and you get x to equal 8. Alright, now let's look at quick check number 1 to see how well you have this figured out. Please pause the video while you try to figure out the value of x. Alright, again, since the line through the middle of our triangle is parallel to the bottom of the triangle, we're going to set up a proportion. Our proportion is going to look like x plus 1.5 over x is going to equal 5 over 2.5. Another way to set that up would be x plus 1.5 over 5 would equal x over 2.5. Either way you do it, again, your cross products are going to be the same thing. You're going to have 5x equaling 2.5 times the quantity of x plus 1.5. Next, we're going to distribute the 2.5. So we get 2.5x plus 3.75. Now, of course, we're going to subtract 2.5x from both sides. And you get 2.5x equaling 3.75. Divide both sides by 2.5. And we get x to equal 1.5. Next is a corollary to the side splitter theorem that says if three parallel lines intersect two transversals, then the segments intercepting on the transversals are proportional. So we've got three parallel lines here, two transversals, so we're going to say A over B has got to equal C over D. Alright, now let's look at example 2 to see if we can better understand the corollary to the side splitter theorem. It says sailmakers sometimes use a computer to create a pattern for a sail. After they cut out the panels of the sail, they sew them together to form the sail. The edges of the panel and the sail at the right are parallel. Find x and y. Well, to find x, hopefully you'd set up a proportion that would look something like this. 2 over x is going to equal 1.7 over 1.7. So you do cross products. 2 times 1.7 is 3.4 equals 1.7x. Divide both sides by 1.7 and you get x to equal 2. Now, let's see if we can get y. 3 over 2 is going to equal y over 1.7. Again, we're going to do cross products. So we get 2y equals 3 times 1.7. So 2y is going to equal 5.1. Divide both sides by 2. And y equals 2.55. Now let's have you give it a try. Please pause the video while you try to figure out x and y on quick check number 2. Well, hopefully you're going to set up proportions again. For x, I would say 15 over x is going to equal 26 over 30. Then you're going to do your cross products. So 15 times 30 is going to equal 26 times x. So we have 450 equaling 26x. Divide both sides by 26 and you get x to equal, let's take 2 into both those, over 13, and 2 in that would be 225 over 13 for x. Now, let's see if we can get y. I would put 16.5 over y better equal 15 over 26. Notice I'm doing it a little bit different this time, but there are several different ways to do this. Again, we do cross products. 15y is going to equal 16.5 times 26. So we have 15y equaling 429. Divide both sides by 15, and we get y to equal 28.6, which is fine to give a decimal answer when they give us decimals in the problem, but the first one didn't have any decimals in it, so a fraction is a much better answer. Our last theorem in Chapter 7 is the triangle angle bisector theorem, which states if a ray bisects an angle of a triangle, it divides the opposite side into 2 segments that are proportional to the other 2 sides of the triangle. So to better understand this, let's take a look at triangle ABC. As you can see, ray BD bisects angle ABC. So what that is saying is that AD over AB is going to equal CD over CB. Let's take a look at example 3 to see if we can better understand this. Alright, so SQ bisects angle PSR. So we can say 8 over x is going to equal 5 over 6, or we could say x over 6 is going to equal 8 over 5. Either way, when you do your cross products, you better get 5x is going to equal 6 times 8. So 5x equals 48. Divide both sides by 5, and we're going to get x to equal 48 fifths. Now let's see if you understand triangle angle bisector theorem. Alright, please pause the video while you try to do quick check number 3. Well, hopefully you're going to set up a proportion. Again, there are several ways to do this. The way I'm going to do it is put 5 over 8 and set that equal to 3.6 over y. Then we do our cross products. 3.6 times 8 has got to equal 5y. This gives us 28.6 equaling 5y. Divide both sides by 5, and you get y equals 5.76. Again, since they gave us a decimal in the problem, a decimal answer is completely acceptable. This concludes not only lesson 7.5, but also chapter 7.